This is an NBC News special report. Here's Savannah Guthrie.
Good morning, everybody. We're coming on the air early with breaking news this morning. A massive search and rescue operation underway at this hour after the partial collapse of a high-rise condominium building in Surfside, Florida. That's just north of Miami Beach. That's the scene right now. A huge pile of debris down one side of that building. At least one person has been pulled from that rubble, with dozens of emergency crews there now launching a frantic search for other survivors. A chaotic scene that started unfolding in the early morning hours today. NBC's Sam Brock is at the scene. Sam, good morning. What witnesses are saying, it sounds just horrific.
Savannah, massive is the right word, frankly. The potential for a devastating loss of human life is undeniable and elevated. What you're looking at over my shoulder right now is the condominium building where there are clearly active search and rescue efforts going on right now. Savannah, I would point your attention to that fire ladder. There are technical rescue teams right now going balcony to balcony, trying to find out, presumably, if there's anyone inside there. I heard the sound just minutes ago of a saw. Now, I don't know what they're cutting off, but what is very clear, it looks like it's okay from this vantage point. On the northeast quadrant of the building, that's where the partial collapse happened. It's rubble. I peeked my head around the corner probably 20 minutes ago. You see stones and rubble jutting out of apartment buildings. I did speak with a woman who lives on the 9th floor. She told me that she heard screams. She was able to get out, but she is extremely fearful and says she's almost sure that she lost friends. Here's how she described what she experienced.
The building shook, and then I looked out the window and you couldn't see. I thought it was like a storm or something coming in, and then what happened was when the dust cleared, there was the back half of the building, or back 2/3 of the building was gone. It's down to the ground.
And sorry, I should say that was a gentleman.
And I heard a lot of screaming. And I happened to go down to check the staircase, and I saw it pancake.
This building was constructed and opened in 1981. That's important because it has just barely been 40 years. At 40 years here, there is a required inspection of the structural integrity of the building. And I'm told from that resident, they were in the process of starting that right now, looking at the roof and then going on down. Whether there's any connection at all to what that was going on in terms of those efforts and the partial collapse, that is not clear. But local fire and rescue efforts, and certainly Miami Beach police, have not updated at this point, Savannah, how many injuries or potential fatalities there are. Just a devastating scene where behind me there are fire trucks for blocks from multi-jurisdictional agencies all over South Florida doing what they can right now, Savannah.
It's just unfathomable when you look at those images, Sam. It's a 12-story residential condo building. Now, is it the side that's facing the ocean that is the part that partially collapsed, or is it the other side?
That's exactly right. It's the northeast quadrant. So if you're looking at the building right now from this 45-degree angle, it is facing the ocean on the sort of catty corner portion of this building. And the resident also said there's lines, like verticality lines of units, 12 of them in total. She thinks about 3 or 4 of them were wiped out, which is to say if there's 130 plus units in there, which we know that there are, you're looking at 40 or 50 units of people that could have been affected by this, Savannah.
In the middle of the night, too, and witnesses said it sounded like an earthquake. Sam Brock live on that scene there. We will continue to watch it. We're going to have much more coming up this morning on the Today Show. I'm Savannah Guthrie. This has been an NBC News special report.